I know you talk about pitching, and I think you just listening to you, reading your book, it's really helped me to understand. A lot of us, when we first get started, we may not be putting our actions, our activities in the right place, right? So someone's watching this podcast, they want to say, Ashley, how do I get my first speaking gig, my first 5 speaking gigs? What would you tell them to do?
I would say first, go in your phone and ask every single person. I think I got this from my friend Mike, Pastor Mike. Let me see if I can look up his last name. But I believe he was on our podcast. I know he was on our podcast. And one of the things that he said was make sure that you go in your phone and just message everyone in your phone and let them know what you do. That's one. Two, I would say make sure you make a list of everyone that you've ever worked with in the past and make sure they know what you do and who you can actually refer them or ask them for a referral to someone who can hire you. So you want to make sure that everyone you know knows what you're attempting to do. So if you're going to speak to, and you need to have your topic, your target, and your pitching strategy. So if your topic is, hey, confidence, then you want to target maybe colleges and who at colleges, the student activities director. And what are you going to say to them? Hey, my name is so-and-so. I see that we both do blah, 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 like try to build some type of affinity. I am looking and interested in speaking at your orientation. Would you be the right point of contact? And just send that out day after day after day, in addition to asking people that you know for referrals, and you will start getting sales calls and be able to get booked to speak. And then you want to know your rate. So the average speaker charges $8,500. That's from, there's a company called Speaker Flow that releases an annual report about speaking and the data that they have collected from the full-time speakers that they work with on their CRM platform. And they said it was about 8,500. That's average. So I always tell my clients, start at 15,000, because in the corporate, collegiate, government spaces, sometimes there's back and forth about what they're going to pay you. So you don't want to give them, the lowest rate that you'll accept right off the gate, because when they negotiate you down, which they are trained to do, then you're going to end up getting significantly less. So you're going to give them your rate, and then there can be a discussion about what they will actually pay. So you want to start a little bit higher than what you'd be willing to accept.
But Ashley, no one's ever paid me that. And who's going to pay me this? And the questions, the stuff that we all come with, and 15,000, like, no, I can't. Talk to me. Right? Talk to me.
Yeah. Like if you think you can't, then you won't. Like whatever rate you say is the rate you have to be able to confidently say and send in a proposal. So if you're like, I am just totally not going to do that. I've had clients who just refused, right? They're like, I'm not going to do it. I guess I got to say 12.5. Okay, say 12.5. It's not going to make that big of a difference. We're talking about $2,500. To put it in perspective, the average American spends 6 figures every single day. Like there's not a state right now, I believe, that has home values on average of just $100,000. We're taking on debt. We're spending $100,000 on homes and $50,000 on cars. Like what you're talking about is impacting the lives of people at these organizations. If there's 1,000 students and you talk to all 1,000 students and you charge $15,000, let's do the math on that, right? You're basically charging them $15 per student. That's nothing, right? Like, so that's how you think of it. If you charge $15,000 at a company and you're talking to 1,000 employees, you're charging them $15 per employee. If you can make all 1,000, if you can make 20% of those employees 10% more productive or 10% more confident, that makes that company infinitely more money, because they're already paying less than what people's time is worth so that they can make a profit. That's how companies work. So you need to think and have a strong justification for your rates, but it's an internal justification, because the first person you're going to sell is yourself. Most people never make serious money in business, whatever serious money means for you. Like for some people, serious money is like $100,000 a year. That's fine. Whatever serious money means for you. Many people don't make that amount because they do not spend the time first selling themselves. The first person I sell is myself. If I have a new offer coming out, I got to wait till I'm excited to really push it. Like if I'm not excited, I can't push it, because I'm going to push it to the level of my excitement. Sales is the transference of belief. So if I believe a little bit, I'm going to transfer a little bit of belief. They're going to pay me a little bit of money. If I believe a lot, they're going to believe a lot. They're going to pay me a lot more money. So I have to work on selling myself. And that may mean making my offer so good that I almost feel like I'm giving it away for a steal. Like I can feel when an offer is good, the same way I can feel when an offer is just subpar. And I think you got to know the difference between imposter syndrome and you just not rising to the occasion.